Hi friends! We're so glad you're here to join us as we explore Glacier National Park. Hands down, one of our favorite national parks so far. In this video, we'll take you along for an unforgettable adventure. RVing in West Glacier, giving you a tour of our RV park, driving the iconic Going to the Sun Road, hiking alongside mountain goats, paddleboarding and kayaking with our pups, exploring downtown Whitefish, and even catching a true Montana rodeo. You'll get a taste of what makes Glacier so special and hopefully inspire your future plans to plan your own trip to this incredible national park. We're Lindsay and Dan, two RV newbies who stopped saying someday and decided to chase our dreams of life on the road with our doodles. Join us as we hitch up and hit the road. We started our adventuring in an Airstream and now live full-time in a Brinkley, towing not just our home, but our way of life. Our life in tow is more than RVing. It's about carrying our doodles, our adventures, and our freedom to live life to the fullest wherever the road leads. This is our life in tow. Here you'll find us learning as we go, exploring national parks, discovering small towns, and sharing the honest, unfiltered reality of RV life. The wins, the challenges, and everything in between. So whether you're dreaming about life on the road or already living it, we're glad you're here. Welcome to Our Life in Tow, and thanks for following along on the adventure. We made our way up to Glacier National Park. Easily our number one on our bucket list spot for this year, right up there with the Grand Tetons. We drove up from Missoula, Montana, which takes about 2.5 to 3 hours and is one of those routes in the journey that's just so beautiful, surrounded by mountains. Along the way, you'll pass Flathead Lake, which is the largest freshwater lake of the west of the Mississippi. It stretches 30 miles long, covering nearly 200 square miles, and reaches depths of 370 feet. The lake is carved by glaciers during the last ice age. If you visit during the summer, keep an eye out for cherry stands along the roadside. These are from local farms around Flathead Lake and are famous for their sweet, fresh cherries. As you get closer to West Glacier, you'll be greeted by mountain vistas that are just so stunning. For this trip, we stayed at Moose Creek RV Park and Bed and Breakfast, which was just 15 minutes out of the West Park entrance. Check-in was easy, even allowing early check-in for $25. And as soon as we pulled into our site, we knew we were going to love it here. The whole place is just so peaceful, and it's tucked into the woods and had such a beautiful, moody vibe. As far as RV parks go, this was definitely one of our favorites. Our site was a pull-through site tucked under the trees, and we needed little leveling, just 2 blocks on the driver's side. We had a 30 amp hookup with no issues with power at all during our stay, and the trees kept it nice and private. At the front of the property, there's a cozy gift shop and a small coffee shop and even a breakfast restaurant. Our favorite part was being able to walk down in the morning and get maple lattes. In the RV park, there's also a community fire pit, lawn games, nice bathroom and shower, a big laundry room, and believe it or not, there is a sauna. We definitely took advantage of this, especially after long hikes, and really enjoyed it. At RV parks, it's always hit or miss what kind of dog parks, if any, will be there, but for this one, there was a super large dog park. which was great for the boys to run around. It was fully grassed and had doggy poop stations with bags, and the boys had a great time. It was a great place to get their energy out, and honestly, it was just as beautiful as any other view in Glacier. I know we mentioned it before, but we loved the vibes that the trees were giving at this RV park, and it made for a really great work from home remote location for us that we haven't really gotten anywhere else. You coworkers.
Yeah, he's my coworker.
Are you hardly working or working hard? It was time to head into the park. We knew we wanted to hike off of the Going to the Sun Road, which is only open for 3 months out of the year, and it requires a special access pass. These passes can be purchased either 3 months in advance or the night before at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. They only release a limited number each day, so if you plan to grab one last minute, be ready to be online by 6:59 p.m. The pass itself only costs $2, but you'll still need a park entry pass, either a day pass or an annual pass, to get into the park itself. With our Going to the Sun access road pass secured, we were able to explore the west side of the park. If you're visiting during the months when the road is closed, I'd actually recommend staying on the east side of Glacier. You'll have access to some of the park's most iconic hikes over there: Grinnell Glacier, Many Glacier, and Iceberg Lake, all of which are accessible even when the main road is closed. For our first hike in Glacier National Park, we decided to do Avalanche Lake Trail, which is roughly a 5 to 6 mile trail. The trail starts right off of the Trail of the Cedars, which is an easy 1 mile loop that winds through the massive grove of trees before transitioning into the Avalanche Lake Trail. At the end, you'll be rewarded with stunning turquoise blue lakes surrounded by steep mountain walls and multiple waterfalls cascading down into the basin. The falls are fed by Sperry Glacier, and the rocks throughout the area show off an incredible mixture of colors of reds, greens, purples, caused by the different mineral content in the glacier water. After the hike, we stopped in downtown West Glacier, which has shops, mini golf, food options, and even some rafting tours. We were starving, so we grabbed some pizza, and I got an affogato, which, for those of you that don't know, it's ice cream with a shot of espresso, aka best thing ever, especially if you get it with salted caramel ice creams. Glacier and all over Montana, you're going to find huckleberry themed everything, so highly recommend checking that out. And then there's also Frida's for a bite. They also have live music, and then a bunch of gift shops. On days when we hike, we make sure to get our pups' energy out too, by either doing an additional dog-friendly hike or running around with them at the dog park. This dog park was amazing, as I mentioned, because it's large. They love fetch, but are terrible at the drop it portion. So we actually came up with a monkey in the middle game, which keeps them happy and does the trick. Glacier was sparse on dog-friendly trails, but we do recommend going to Columbia Falls a few towns over and checking out River's Edge Park, where we brought them both a few times. It was finally time to drive the Going to the Sun Road, which is one of the most nerve-wracking drives that we've been on. The road is switchbacks above the mountain valley and connects the West Glacier to the East Glacier side. It gets very narrow, and we had to drive with our mirrors folded in. This road, hands down, took the cake for prettiest road we've ever driven on. Highly recommend, if you have the chance to drive it, to do it. It is a little scary, but totally worth all the views. At the top of the road is Logan Pass Visitor Center, in between West and East Glacier, as well as the Highline Trail, which might go down as one of my favorite hiking trails of all time. It was completely magical, and it started with us being greeted by a yawning deer, which until that very moment, I did not know deer yawned. The trail starts, and the elevation is something to note, as well as the change in temperature. Make sure you pack some layers. The trail is just like its name. It's on the high line of the mountains and goes for 9 miles. It's an out and back, and we only did 3 of those miles, but it was definitely rewarding. The hike was magical and was surrounded by wildflowers, and you were above the tree line. We did hike and saw some animals. So we got really lucky and were rewarded by a fellow hiker, which was a big white mountain goat, which was our favorite part, hands down. But also make sure that you bring some bear spray, as some other hikers had noted that there had been a bear a few days prior. When we got back, we gave the puppers some much needed attention and then made our way to check out the Josephine Speakeasy, which is just down the road about 5 miles from our campground. And this speakeasy has really nice food to eat and then also has some really, really nice cocktails. We got an old-fashioned type cocktail and it was super delicious. When we got back, we tested out our outside projector and it lived up to the hype. It was definitely really nice, but it was short-lived as it did thunderstorm. But the vibes were great because we could put the fireplace on and just listen to the rain outside. I mentioned earlier in the video, but huckleberries are a big deal in Montana, and if you haven't had it before, we highly recommend huckleberry ice cream. We checked out the Huckleberry Patch, and it was awesome, had a huge gift shop, had an ice cream parlor, and had a grill. One of Dan's favorite hobbies is ATVing and off-roading, so we did rent some side-by-sides, although I don't know if this was our favorite side-by-side adventure. We've rented side-by-sides in Hawaii, Moab, and a lot of other destinations, but this was not the best. We had to drive the ATV on the main road going 70 miles per hour, and it was scary. And to continue the adventure, we went into the park and tried to find an off-road route. There's really only one by Fisher Creek, and it was nice to go down that road, but it was short-lived as we were going to go up to Going to the Sun Road. It began to rain, and we determined that our headlights did not work. So with the sun setting and our headlights not working, we decided it was time to turn back, cutting our trip in half for our rental. Luckily, the rental company was super nice and refunded us for our not so great experience. So we like to mix up our outdoor activities, so I went for a little bike ride while we were there. Behind our campground is a little road that's not super busy, which actually goes around a lake, and I struck gold. About a mile down, there was a fishing access area where you could go paddle boarding and kayaking, and I got a pretty awesome idea. So I am off on a secret mission. It is Dan's birthday on Thursday, which is 2 days from now. And we're here in Montana. We were in West Glacier, and I took a little excursion up to, I forget the name, but I'll figure it out. About 20 miles from here. But the reason is I have to get Dan's birthday present. The reason I didn't get it earlier, I know what I was gonna get, but we share accounts and we're really bad at secrets, and I wanted to make sure it was what I wanted to get him. So I am gonna get him in Oru, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, kayak. So I have a blow up paddle board, and I like to go paddle boarding, but every time Dan's kind of like, oh, well, you can go and I'll just do something else. But he likes kayaking. He doesn't like paddle boarding. And he's looked at these before and other kayaks, and we've always been like, oh, well, maybe not right now, maybe some other time, but he's always wanted it. And Dan really likes unique, cool, new things that work well. I don't know. That was probably really broad, but he basically does a lot of research to find new like gadgets and gear that we work with and use and buy, and he makes sure that they're good quality, and based on all the reviews and all the feedback on these things, they are. So I'm here at Sportsman and Ski House, and this thing looks like a Montana Shields, so I'm hopeful. And on their website they said they have them, so let's go find out. And we were successful. I got the exact one I wanted to get him, got him a paddle, and I got the boys some PFGs so they can come too, which will be his favorite part. Although he's gonna be in denial that Lincoln will want to go. So we'll see. But hopefully we can get out there tomorrow. And there's actually a lake right next to our campground. It's dog friendly at the boat launch, and it's only a mile from our campground. And it should be not as crowded because it's not like in the park or anything. So really excited, and yeah, stay tuned. Can you come here for a sec? I want to show you something. Please. Please. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, so nice. Wow. Sweet.
To go in the kayak.
Huh?
To go in the kayak.
Nice.
And then the boys can come with us.
Cool. Nice.
You excited?
Mm-hmm. Cool. It's one of the fold-up ones.
Yeah. We always talked about it,
Yeah.
but we never bought it for you.
Sweet.
And so now we can go on adventures together. Yeah, I got that one because it did it on recommendations for your height as a human. And since you're 6'2", this one's up to 6'6".
Cool.
And then that's a cooler that can go in with it.
Yeah, sweet. Day tripping.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You and the boys could do it. Like.
Yeah, that's why I did it, because I knew you would want them to come with us. And I got that one because it came with gel handles.
I wonder if it collapses. Does it collapse?
It does. The button in the middle. But I didn't get the fully packed raft one because that one collapses 4 times because it's not the paddles aren't as big, so you wouldn't go anywhere.
Sweet. Thanks.
Yeah.
You want to take it out? No?
Yeah. Birthday kayak. Nice. We can.
Good.
Yeah, there's parking down there and a slot for us to go. And we could bring the boys. Nice. The kayak worked even better than we were expecting, and Dan had no problems and really enjoyed using it. It was set up in about 25 minutes for the first time, and then times after that it took only about 10 to 15 minutes to set up. Packs up really small, weighs about 25 pounds, and it packs up about the size of my paddleboard that packs up as well. This lake is called Lake 5, which is just a mile down the road from our campground, and there's even a campground called Lake 5 right on the water. It's a small lake, but there is boating and fishing and kayaking and paddleboarding. It was a really nice, peaceful environment, and we really enjoyed it. The lake itself is actually protected by a nonprofit, which protects the quality of the water, the habitat, and the wildlife around it. So, pretty cool. After our lake adventures, we decided to check out Glacier Distilling Co., which is a pretty cool distillery that started in 2010, and they have a wide variety of cocktails as well as spirits to try, even huckleberry infused. And we had a great time just trying their cocktails. Closer to the weekend, we decided to check out downtown Whitefish, which is only a 40-minute drive from West Glacier and our campground. It was such a cute western town. We loved walking around the boutiques and everything. There was actually a huckleberry festival going on. We checked out Black Star Brew Pub and sat on the rooftop. And then we went to Spirit Bear Distilling, which we absolutely loved, and their cocktails were amazing. And we even took home a souvenir. Next, we were on to our next adventure, which was a rodeo at Blue Moon Arena.
Well, I tell you what, if this is your first rodeo, you got a taste of it.
And it sure was a great experience. Rodeos happen May through September at Blue Moon Arena, and they're typically on Thursday evenings starting at 7 p.m. There's also a bar and casino right at the beginning, so if you wanted to spend some time, it also is a dance hall. So highly recommend checking out the rodeos if you're in town for the season.
There we go. When the music stops, run for a bucket. Oh, go! Oh, he's Okay. Okay. If you do not have a bucket, you have to leave the arena.
Sadly, our time in Glacier had come to an end, so we had to pack up and head on to our next location. But we are definitely excited for next year because we will definitely come back, as this was one of our favorite trips of the summer. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad you were here to follow along on the adventure. And as always, we hope our adventures inspire your adventures. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. If you have any feedback, please comment below. And if you want to follow along for more content like this, hit subscribe. Thank you so much and happy travels.